If you're a heat and air conditioning technician, how do you work through showing up to a second call where there's a second opinion and the other technician is there talking trash on you with the homeowner, and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Bell, coming to you live for HVAC Technician Sales Secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and business, and a fantastic day to talk about you. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento. Okay, so as a technician, here's a thing that you need to prepare for. At some point, if you're in the industry long enough, you are going to end up on a job site. And let's say that you had been there previously and another company is there and they're running their mouth. They're talking trash. For whatever reason, they don't like you. For whatever reason, they don't like the company. So here's a couple of things that you can do to take care of this, but I'm going to share a couple of stories from my life to explain the situation. So I remember, went to a home. Home had a type of furnace that is a 90% that is known for having cracks in the top of the heat exchanger, just right above the burners. And they're at the very top. So you could literally pull the burner assembly off, take a little tiny round mirror, poke it up in there, get a flashlight, and within a couple minutes, you know the crack is there. Furnace, right? They replace the heat exchangers, replace the furnace. So get to the house. I'm there to show the other technician how to locate a crack in the heat exchanger. And from the time that I touch the driveway, this guy is just like a rabid dog, chicka, 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 telling me all the reasons why I'm a bad technician, telling me all the reasons why the company that I work for he didn't like, and all the problems and all the issues that he's seen. I go, hey man, I'm just here to show you where the crack's at, okay? I'm just here to prove you a problem. So I go to the furnace in the garage, I'm taking the furnace apart, and the entire time he's like a chicka, 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 running his mouth. So you gotta count this like it's sports, and you know, that guy's just trying to get under your skin. So we go back and forth, I pull the burner assembly out, take the mirror, say, look, crack here, crack in that burner, crack in that heat exchanger, every heat exchanger's got a crack in it. So then he pulls out a screwdriver and goes, oh, you made those marks with a screwdriver. Let me show you how you did it. I'm like, hey man, we could take this whole thing apart. We're getting attacked by a spider. We could take this whole thing apart and I can show you exactly where the cracks are. I'm more than willing. I just tried to do it the easy way. So we go back and forth, and you know, the guy's calling me a liar, and hey man, there's a lot of things that I am in this life, but a liar's not one of them. Pull out my heat exchanger book, show him like, hey, this is a known failure in this furnace. So I said, hey, I'm done with everything you asked me to do, start buttoning everything up. And the technician that was there from XYZ company starts becoming super aggressive. You know, you're a liar, you're a fraud, you're a cheat, you're a fake, your company this, your company that. And I said, hey man, I've done everything you asked me to do. There's a crack in the heat exchanger. You know, now you know how to locate them. It's not my job to teach you that. What do we do? So technician's running his mouth, and the homeowner is like, hey, time out. Tech that he called for the second opinion, he's like, please leave. You're becoming super aggressive. The reason I'm telling you this is sometimes the person that you're up against is going to do everything they can to get underneath your skin, to try to take you off your game, because they may not know. Okay, and this right here is why you should join HVACTechSecrets.com. It's a URL, go to it, take you to an email publication sign-up form. It'll ask you for your name, your email address, probably your phone number. Super easy, super chill. The reason I am sharing this with you is there's going to be a time where you make a mistake. There is going to be a time where you think that you're certain that a system has a problem or an issue, and you come up with a diagnosis. Now, you got two options. Stand your ground and say, hey, I can never be wrong. I'm never ever going to be wrong. It's not possible for me to be wrong. Or if you go like, whoa, I totally screwed that up. Okay, I'm going to give you another example. End up at a home. Go to the home. Go through the entire piece of equipment. Okay, you know, looking at the options, looking at what needs to be done. So go through, make notes. There are some small pits and burns on the contactor. The capacitor is not bad, it's close. The fan motor from underneath is leaking an excessive amount of oil, and the compressor is pulling high amps, okay? So what do? Well, I make notes. I say, it's a possibility. No definite, no like, hey, this is absolutely gonna fail. It's a possibility. You know, make a couple of recommendations, and so homeowner calls another technician. Cool, that's their prerogative. They could do that, no big deal. Technician, same thing. We're gonna go down the path of I would never. So sometimes what we do is subjective. And if you're going to go down the path of, hey, it's a possibility, you're gonna wanna make sure to say, I can't tell you this thing's gonna fail right now, But the signs are pointing at some point it's going to. And I get that all points of failure are going to happen at some point. Like at some point, everything fails. Yes, I get that. But I don't know how many times when I was a technician, I showed up at homes, showed up at properties, showed up at buildings, and they had a system cleaned from the competition, ABC company. And ABC company didn't even bring up to them, hey, contactor's pitted and burned, capacitor's low on capacitance, fan motor's leaking oil. Those aren't things that I can make happen faster. Those are things that happen over time. So be aware, noting and notating what you're seeing and talking about possibilities is a lot different than talking about absolutes. Right? I can't absolutely tell you that something's going to fail if the capacitor is going bad. I can't tell you that something's absolutely going to fail if a contactor is going bad. I can't tell you that a fan motor is absolutely going to fail if it's leaking excessive oil. If I tell you it's going to fail, that thing's going to last forever. So be aware as you're putting your notes together, as you're talking with homeowners, one, be the bigger person. If you've got competition that's on your back, so to speak, jawboning and just coming after you, be aware that they're doing it because they're scared and they may not know. Two, they may be the type of person who says there's no reason to change it. They may be afraid to ask for money. They may be afraid to get rejected. And if it's the case of a heat exchanger, not everybody knows how and where to look for cracks in heat exchangers or even how to explain them. So as you're explaining damage, be aware that if it's a possibility, it's different than an absolute. Be patient and have some fun. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here, just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.